Before Cardi was throwing shoes, yelling "Oker," and J-Lo was repping the Bronx, there was the original queen of Latin freestyle, heartbreak anthems, and killer curls, Lisa Lisa and her 80s iconic crew, Cult Jam. This trio wasn't just serving up chart-topping bangers like I Wonder If I Take You Home and Head to Toe. They were serving drama. Behind those infectious hooks and dance floor slayers, we're talking late-night auditions, shady label deals, behind-the-scenes beef, and a whole lot of whispers from the industry. From the gritty streets of Hell's Kitchen to center stage, Lisa Lisa went from shy choir girl to full-blown freestyle diva rewriting the rules for a whole generation. But how did it all go down? Were there secret feuds, shady splits? Did the Cult Jam just vanish into thin air? So if you thought the 80s were all neon and innocent pop vibes, think again. This is the juicy, retro-sizzling story of fame, feuds, fashion, and freestyle. Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam? Oh, you ain't heard the half of it. Before she became the queen of Latin freestyle, Lisa Velez was just a tough, talented New Yorkan girl growing up in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan.
I mean, I was raised in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. It was nothing but very small buildings and the Westies.
The youngest of 10 kids.
She went through to make sure that all 10 of her kids got their dreams. That was a lot.
Lisa stood out early on with her powerhouse vocals, singing in church with her 6 sisters.
I was 4 years old when I started singing with my mom in the church choir. I saw my mom crying. She had tears in her eyes. And I said, I gotta do this.
And earning straight A's at Julia Richmond High School. Her first gigs were humble, touring with a Motown cover group and even performing as a singing prune for a produce company. But she had her eyes on the prize and started sneaking into the Funhouse, a hotspot for young talent, and the same club where Madonna got discovered. That's where drummer Mike Hughes first laid eyes on her and was instantly hooked. He invited her to audition for Full Force, a funky Brooklyn production crew. Alongside Alex Spanador Mosley, a gifted pianist and bassist, they formed Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam, and the world wasn't ready. In 1985, they independently released their debut single, I Wonder If I Take You Home, which was snatched up by Columbia Records and quickly became a radio smash. Their sound, an irresistible mix of electro-funk, Latin rhythms, hip-hop edge, and pop, helped define the Latin freestyle genre. And fun fact, the lyrics were inspired by real-life pickup lines overheard by the Full Force guys. The name Lisa Lisa was a clever play on the Roxanne craze of the time, and it worked like a charm. Despite blowing up on the charts, Lisa was still working at Benetton folding sweaters for $600 a week. Multitasking queen, totally unfazed by her rising fame, but the hits kept coming. Can You Feel the Beat and All Cried Out made their debut album go platinum. Lisa Lisa didn't just become a star, she made history, becoming the first Puerto Rican Latina artist to break into both the pop and R&B charts. Her success kicked down doors for future icons like Selena, J-Lo, and Shakira.
Before J-Lo, before Selena, I guess I kind of helped them cross over.
The girl from Hell's Kitchen had arrived, and she brought the whole freestyle movement with her. By 1987, Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam weren't just heating up the charts, they were setting the whole decade on fire. They dropped their sophomore slayfest of an album, Spanish Fly, and it flew straight to the top. We're talking not one, but 2 #1 hits, Head to Toe and Lost in Emotion. Tracks so catchy, you were dancing whether you liked it or not. And let's be real, the moment those songs hit the airwaves, it was game over. Everyone was doing the shoulder shimmy. Lost in Emotion had that sweet, retro Motown flair sprinkled with their signature freestyle magic. And that music video? Whew! It was serving looks, vibes, and MTV domination. It didn't just get played, it became the 4th most played video on MTV in all of 1987. And get this, the group even scored a major cosign from none other than Mr. Ziggy Stardust himself, the legendary David Bowie, who invited them to tour with him. Talk about elite company. Fast forward to 1989, and they dropped their 3rd album, Straight to the Sky. And guess what? They weren't done yet. That record gave us another bop. Little Jackie wants to be a star. Low-key. A little autobiographical, don't you think? Lisa, and Cult Jam were riding high, and they had the receipts to prove it. Platinum plaques, MTV clout, and a front row seat in pop culture history. But you know, every rise has its fall, and trust me, this story's got some twists. Okay, let's get real for a minute. Because while the music was lit and the fans were screaming behind those sequined outfits and #1 hits, Lisa was dealing with some seriously heavy stuff. Being a young Latina woman in a male-dominated industry, there was no walk in the freestyle park. Lisa wasn't just trying to prove she had pipes. She had to fight every single day to be seen as more than just a pretty face.
I remember it was difficult in the beginning when we did interviews and stuff, to speak.
And trust, the industry back then wasn't exactly rolling out the red carpet for Puerto Rican girls from Hell's Kitchen. Now here's something sweet. Lisa came from a big Puerto Rican family. Remember, 10 kids. But it was her single mama who was the real MVP. Lisa and her mom were tight. Her mother was her biggest cheerleader, even while juggling bills and keeping all those kids in check. There's even this adorable story. One night early in Lisa's career, she stayed out late after being discovered at the funhouse. And her mom freaked out and called the cops thinking something happened. Now that's love and Latina mama energy. But buckle up, because here comes the bombshell. Right at the height of Lisa and Cult Jam's fame, we're talking 1987, Lost in Emotion, still fresh on the charts. Lisa was diagnosed with breast cancer at just 21 years old.
And I said, I have to go get checked. On a stop during a 9-month tour, I went and got checked, and my oncologist says, you have ductal carcinoma.
And get this, she didn't tell a soul.
It was hard to talk about back then. Yeah. It was hard. There was no one to speak on it.
Not her bandmates, not her label, not even her own mother. She kept it completely under wraps while going through chemo on tour.
Yeah, no one knew. I had to hide it, basically. My mom didn't even know rest of the stuff.
Your mother didn't even know?
No, I had to hide it.
That's right. She was singing her heart out on stage while secretly battling cancer behind the scenes. Why the secrecy? Lisa feared if anyone found out, she'd be replaced. That's how cutthroat the industry was. One whisper of weakness and boom, career over.
My love for what I do and a fight to continue to doing it, because I was afraid it was going to be taken away from me. So
the pressure, unimaginable. But Lisa pushed through, not just for herself, but to keep supporting the very mama who raised her. We always talk about diva moments and pop star glam, but let's be clear, Lisa was a warrior. She didn't just break barriers for Latinas in music, she did it while quietly fighting for her life. By the early 90s, the magic of Lisa and Cult Jam started to fade. Their 1991 album, Straight Outta Hell's Kitchen, gave us one final hit with Let the Beat Hit 'Em, but the rest of the project didn't land. Behind the scenes, creative tensions and label confusion, especially with New Jack Swing taking over, led to the group's official breakup by the end of '91. But the real drama? Money. Despite platinum records and touring with legends like David Bowie, Lisa reportedly didn't see the payday she deserved. Wait, someone wasn't doing the math? Sounds like someone fumbled the bag big time. In February 2025, Lifetime dropped Can You Feel the Beat? The Lisa story. And the twist? Lisa played her own mother.
I really was looking for somebody else. I was like, who's gonna play her? Who's gonna play me, you know? And then I was offered, they were like, you should do it. I was like, really?
But the real drama hit when fans and music insiders noticed Full Force, the very producers who discovered Lisa and crafted her signature sound, were completely left out of the movie. Full Force publicly voiced their frustration, while fans lit up social media in protest. Lisa's team defended the move, saying the film focused on her personal journey and close friendship with Tony Minaj.
The truth, my truth, the friendship the camaraderie that I have with my girl, my ride or die, Tony.
Claiming Full Force's appearances in old videos confused viewers about group membership.
What we really, really wanted to do, we wanted to focus on who Cult Jam was. They were never in the front lines.
Still, many weren't buying it, calling it a shady rewrite or a power move. Even after all these years, Lisa Lisa's story is still sparking serious controversy. Lisa Lisa's love life had its ups and downs. She married John Yulfo in 1988 at the height of her fame, but the pressures of stardom led to their divorce by 1991. Fortunately, she found lasting love with Antana Marmello in 2005, and the two have since built a beautiful family together with 2 kids. As for her Cult Jam bandmates, Mike Hughes took a wild turn after the group split. He moved to Brazil, embraced capoeira, and focused on fitness and travel. Eventually, he returned to music and helped relaunch Cult Jam with a fresh lineup. Meanwhile, guitarist Alex Spanador Mosley stayed behind the scenes, continuing to work as a musician, even with Bobby Brown, and playing a key role in selecting the group's new vocalist. Despite their different journeys, the trio's legacy and love for music lives on strong. Even after the spotlight dimmed, Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam turned their fame into a force for good. Lisa became a fierce advocate for breast cancer awareness after her own secret battle in the 80s and has long supported Latinx youth and women's empowerment causes.
It's an honor. This year for me, it's about my people, and I'm so honored.
Way back in 1987, she even dropped a self-unalive prevention anthem with Full Force, showing she's always used her voice for more than just hits. Mike Hughes took an unexpected turn from music to become executive director of Speakeasy Inc., supporting people who stutter, and launched a magazine called Speaking Out. Alex Spanador Mosley stayed true to his musical roots, continuing to create and help relaunch Cult Jam. And yes, Lisa Lisa never stopped. She released a solo album in 1994, acted in Nickelodeon's Tina, and in 2019 she signed with Snoop Dogg's Army, Seriously. Cult Jam made a comeback in 2024 with a new vocalist and album, Cult Jam Love. Meanwhile, Lisa is celebrating her 40th anniversary tour for I Wonder If I Take You Home, still turning heads and rocking the stage like it's day one.
I never thought about doing anything else but performing. All I've ever wanted to do is sing, so all of this for me right now, I thank you 100%.
Legends only. And if you're wondering about that coin, Lisa Lisa has an estimated net worth of around $3 million. Not too shabby for a girl from Hell's Kitchen who turned heartbreak anthems into platinum plaques. But let's be real. If you ask her, she'll say her real riches are the fans who still scream every word of Head to Toe. So there it is, the rise, the fall, the drama, and the redemption of Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam. From basement clubs to Billboard hits, this crew gave us the soundtrack to our 80s dreams. And they're still out here proving legends never fade. Don't sleep on the icons, 'cause Lisa Lisa's still got us feeling the beat.